Good morning. It's Wednesday the 6th of May, day 8. Rather than go all the way to Achnaschallach yesterday, I decided to break it and stay in Strathcarron, in the Strathcarron hotel, which was okay, quite expensive for what it was, a bit tired, but very friendly, and had a nice drink there. Food was okay as well. Bed was a bit lumpy, but there we are. But it was a good opportunity to dry out all my clothes, particularly my shoes. Oh, it was lovely to put dry shoes on today and dry socks. They're very nice. So I've just come out Strathcarron, across the river, and I'm following a little footpath to Ullapool, which is about 3.5 miles. I've got about 7 miles to do today, so that should be a dead easy day. To the campsite at Achnaschallach. It's at a place called Lair, that's on the Harvey's map, and I've posted myself another little supply package there, so I should easily get there by about 1 o'clock-ish. It's a beautiful day, absolutely lovely. Sun's out, blue skies, still a slight little cold tint to the air, but refreshing. So I'm looking forward to a pleasant day, and I'll have lots of stops today and sit down and just take in the countryside, which is gorgeous. So loads of deer. I don't know whether they're being farmed or not, but must be about 30. Huge amount. Well, it's been very nice walking so far. Lovely easy paths. Sun coming through the trees. Just gone into the forested bit. And don't need to rush. Just coming to a ford, I think, or possibly a little bridge. And then we've got a bit to go, and we join the small road that I'm going to walk along that will take me to Achnaschallach. Of course, if you're feeling lazy, you could get the train. There are fairly regular trains that run from, well, Carl of Lochhouse to Inverness, and they stop at Atterdale, Strathcarron, Achnaschallach, about every 2 hours, I think. So it would be quite an easy way to just help recover if you wanted to. Well, I'm walking along this little road just past Strathcarron, so about 3.5 miles to go. It's a little bit of a trudge walking along here, but it's all right. There's a railway line that eventually goes to Inverness and Carl of Lochhouse. There are a few cars going past here, like this one now. So it's just coming up to 12. I've got plenty of time today. I thought I'd try and arrive at the campsite around about 2-ish or something like that. Hopefully I can get in that early. So I'm just going to stop by the level crossing and have a spot of lunch, which will be tacos with squeezy cheese. I've been walking up this road for about 5 miles, and we're just fairly near Achnaschallach station. And then the campsite's about 1 kilometre east of there. It's only about 1 o'clock, So it's been dead easy walking, pretty level, and not too many cars. And touch wood, it's still sunny, although the grey clouds are coming over, and I think it's forecast to rain this afternoon. So it'd be nice if I can get my tent up before it starts to rain. And I thought, as I had plenty of time today, I'd just pop up and see Achnashellach station. What a cute little station. It's a request station, so like Attadale, you stand there and hold your hand out. This way is Kyle of Lochalsh, and this way is Inverness. And trains run about one every 2 hours, I think. Lovely and quiet. Must be rather a beautiful route, actually. So this is Achnashellach campsite, which is lovely, just off the road, and there's water tap there. Nice big field, and fantastic views. One other person pitched up already, and I'll show you the best bit now. This is the best bit, a communal building. Look at this. So there's a sofa, there's a dining table, there's a kettle with electric, there's a toaster, there's sinks. God, there's even a microwave. Oh, fantastic. And there's a little gas stove as well. Brilliant. Well pleased with this, particularly as it's due to rain this afternoon. And I shall just sit here. And my resupply parcel is at the top of the unit here. Well, good morning. It's Thursday the 7th of May. I left Achnashellach campsite about 15 minutes ago. Lovely little campsite. A real gem. Well worth visiting. Just had a real scare walking along the road, which is just wide enough for 2 cars, and a car overtook another car coming behind me and must have been going about 70, about a foot away from me. So I slightly put the wind up me, but thankfully I'm off the road now and on path all the way to about a mile and a half before Kinlochhew. Bit of a grey day today, a few spots of rain, but should be okay, and a little bit chilly, but not bad walking weather. So I think I got a bit of a stiff old uphill first, and then hopefully it should be a relatively straightforward walk today. About 12 miles, I should think. I'm walking up a very pleasant forest track. The rain pattering down. I think that's going to be pretty much par for the course today. And lovely views. I got up quite early today because I know that in Kinlochhew there's a cafe and a nice shop. I think they close at 4:30, something like that. And I'm keen to have something decent to eat. Not sure where I'm going to camp tonight. There is a campsite in Kinlochhew. It looks nice, but it says it's full. I'll see if I can get in as a backpacker. But otherwise, I'm just going to go past Kinlochhew and turn right. And I'll camp there. And then following the track up towards Ullapool. So tomorrow, I think it's going to be a bit more boggy. And I'm hoping to pitch somewhere near Loch Annid, and then Ullapool on Saturday. I was able to dry my shoes out in Strathcarron, and yesterday didn't get them wet or boggy at all, so it was just lovely putting on dry socks and dry shoes this morning. Bliss. And you can see Loch nearest is Loch Dougal, which I walked along or near yesterday on the way to Achnarshallen. And then in the distance there's Loch Carron, where Strathcarron is. And we're just following this path. I think we've done quite a bit of climbing, and we get to the Coolin Pass in a minute. We've joined a good 4x4 track, and just going through this deer gate. Wow, it's looking pretty good. So this is the Coolin Pass. And you can see the higher hills have still got traces of snow on them. This is very pleasant. Fantastic scenery. It's the loch that I'm walking to in the distance, and then I bear slightly right. Coming up to Torren Cottages, and then we're following that road up the side of the hill. And that's looking back where we've come. Just the little, where we are, the little substation there. I stopped for 10 minutes for a rest, and I've been all along the bridge and round and then down the Coolin Pass that you can see way in the distance. So making pretty good time today. That's looking back the way we've come down to the Coolin Pass. It was a fairly hard slog getting up, but nothing drastic, and it really good path. Decent 4x4 path. It's going to take me down into the woods, and then I'm going to skirt down through the woods and join the road that takes me to Kinlochhew. I left Achnarshallen nice and early at 7:30 this morning, and it's about just getting on to 11:15. So I've made really good time today. Let's hope there aren't any really tricky bits between here and Kinlochhew, but we'll see. Weather's been pretty good. A few 5 minutes of rain and things like that, but a bit of a breeze, and it's a little bit chilly, but the sun's trying to come out, and there's a fair bit of blue in the skies, so really good to see. And looking down to just about see the road that we're going to meet, and there's Kinlochhew in the distance where the yellow colour is. This is the River Agarbe, and it's running down past Kinlochhew. Rather beautiful. And we're just crossing the river, and then we're just joining the road. I don't know why I keep saying we, because it's me. I'm joining the road, and then it's about 2 miles to Kinlochhew. Well, just coming into Kinlochhew now. There's a bit of a plod down this road. Not too busy, but enough traffic to make you just be on your guard. And there's the sign, and what's the first thing we see is a cafe. Well, I got to Kinlochhew at about midday, which I was quite surprised about, because I'd assumed I wouldn't get there till about 2 or something, but it was relatively easy walking from Achnarshalach. Certainly one of the easier days walking. A few stiff ascents and descents, but pretty good path all the way. So I went to the cafe at the service station, which is very good. I had something to eat and drink and sat down and weighed my options and decided to press on. So I've now just gone through Inverell and I'm heading up to Ullapool. So I'll wild camp probably in about 5 miles time by one of the 2 little lochs, and then I'll see what it's like tomorrow. I think if I press on to Ullapool or where I can get a taxi, it'll be a long old day. And also tomorrow's Friday and I've got hotel booked for Saturday, so I could just take my time. We'll see how it goes. The weather's been remarkably good, considering it was forecast to rain and drizzle today. I must admit, feeling a bit tired. Sort of running on empty slightly, but food and drink at the service station really helped. This is a pretty easy path to walk on. I'll show you it now. So at the moment, relatively flat. It's going to be like this, I think, for another couple of miles, and it climbs gradually. And then tomorrow, a bit more difficult. Path runs out, gets a bit boggy, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Wind coming up the gully here, and this is where we're going. I just stopped there to filter some water, and in Kinlochhew I also bought a few things to eat. Some bread rolls, some cheese, some chocolate and a few little biscuits and things. In reality, I've got probably 4 dehydrated meals with me because I had a resupply package at Achnarshalach, but I don't need them. I haven't been able to post them home, and I don't want to throw them away. And to be quite frank, I don't want to eat them yet. I'm not that hungry. So my rucksack's a little bit heavier, but I should be able to have something nice tonight. The heights of Kinlochhew now. There's a nice old ruin there, and 2 rather nice looking houses there, which are clearly not ruins. Pretty easy walking so far, although I am feeling a bit tired. I'm about 13 miles. Nice place to live. I wonder what it's like in the winter. And the road bends round to the right to the heights of Kinlochhew, and we're going up to the left, and this is where we start climbing. So I'll spend another 5 minutes and then have a pause. Just going down the track, crossing the bridge, and then keeping to the east side of the river and climbing up a fair bit. About 3 miles away from the 2 little lochs where I may stop. But if it's going well, I might see if I can get to the Loch an Nid, but we'll see. So first real view of Loch Farda, and I'm hoping to camp here, I think. It's been quite a long day, so I'm looking forward to that. It's very windy though. Well, I got to the east bit of Loch Farder, and about 5:30, I felt very tired. I didn't fancy doing the next bit, which there's no path, but there's been a hell of a gale blowing, and I initially tried to put my tent up sort of without any shelter, and it just wasn't working at all. So luckily I've managed to find a little cove. I mean, it's not a great pitch at all, and it's a bit lumpy and bumpy, but the tent seems to be just about standing up, and it's not as windy as it was out there, where I couldn't really pitch the tent at all. So hopefully it'll stay up during the night. We'll see. But I think I shall get up early tomorrow. I've got about 13 miles to where I can get the a taxi to Ullapool. So I've done very well. I'm sort of a day up on myself now. But I'll get up early and head on. Of course, it didn't help that when I was faffing around trying to pitch the tent and find somewhere, the heavens opened and I got really quite wet. But there we are. It's all part of the fun. So, pitched in a rather, still a breezy spot, but let's have something to eat. Well, the winds were wild all last night. I was very pleased that the tent held up, although it was flapping around a bit and there were stones on the floor and stuff like that, but still actually managed to sleep comparatively well considering. It's 7:05 now and it's chucking it down with rain, and it's still blowing a gale. I'm just going to give it a minute or two to see if it calms down a bit, and then I'm going to put the tent away. I'll put everything else away and head over towards Loch Nid. I may make Ullapool today, in which case I'll be a day ahead of schedule, but I might not. It depends how the going is. I've got all my rainwear on today, and we'll be cracking on in a minute. There's Loch Farder, and between the two lochs is where I camped. And it's still blowing, but at least the rain has stopped. There seems to be a relatively clear path. So I've crossed the little river that goes into the waterfall, and I think I'm on the right track because there's a little cairn there. So we've come through that Bilach over there and dropping down now, and just under a kilometre away, that's Loch Nid. I'm going to stop there and have some breakfast. Well, good morning. A belated welcome to Friday, day 10. And had a restless night's sleep because the wind was battering the tent, although actually it stood up really well. I was very pleased with my Lanchan too. It wasn't brilliantly pitched, but at least it was out in the main because of the wind. I had to get up at sort of 8 o'clock in the evening and go down to Loch Farder and filter some more water, but I'm pleased that I did. And then I sort of slept intermittently. Woke up at about 6:10, got off at about 7:10, lull in the rain. And it's taken about 2.5 hours to get where I am, which is just beside Loch Nid, and about a kilometre until I start to pick up a better defined track. In actual fact, there have been tracks most of the way, but they've been sort of not very clearly defined. I was hoping I might reach Ullapool today, but it doesn't actually look like it. Weather's been a bit off and on. There have been periods when it's stopped raining and periods like now when it's raining quite hard. But there we go, time for some breakfast. And there's Loch Nid. Some good camping spots here. Well, I'm not going to Chenaval. just past the turning, and I'm on the steep uphill, and see how far I get. Still raining. This is looking back all the way I've come. I just stopped for some lunch and it started raining again, and just saw 3 cyclists, the first people I've seen since about 2 o'clock yesterday, and this is the way I'm going. Don't think I'll make Ullapool tonight, but that's all right, as long as I can find somewhere out of the wind to camp. It's still quite windy. And that's Strathcarron, or something like that. So we're going up here, and it's still raining. Let's come down from the track that you can see just up there. Not too bad a descent, but fairly hard on the knees. And the sun's out, hooray! We're going this way. Well, I came down to Corryhally and joined the road. Just walk along the road for about 15 minutes and then turn right across the bridge, and then a steep uphill. Oh, it's steep, particularly when we're going for 8 hours. Mind you, soon it's cracking, and dare I say it, the sun's out. Well, it was a long old day today. It must have been about 18 miles, and it's fairly hard walking on rocky paths, quite a lot of ascent and descent, and a fair bit of bog as well. It rained for quite a lot of the day, but the rain's sort of just about held off over the last couple of hours. I did debate, well, I'm wild camping just by Loch and Tompiain, which is literally sort of 2 miles before the road that takes you into Ullapool. I did and about going there, but I was feeling very tired, and the only accommodation in Ullapool is the campsite, and they close their gates at 7 o'clock, and I wasn't confident that I'd get all the way down there and get a taxi and get there by 7 o'clock, and there was no other accommodation in Ullapool. So I thought, wild camp, and a bit tricky finding a spot, and the spot I've got is not perfect. It's a little bit slopey, but it should be all right. And I'm just about to have my hot pasta meal with creamy mushroom. So we'll see what that's like. And that's where I stayed last night. Woke up to brilliant sunshine, got everything packed away, and it looks like it's going to be raining hard today. Hey ho. Well, welcome to day 11. It was cold last night, and had a little bit of sort of sleet and snow this morning, so that's been quite exciting. And you can probably see the mountains behind me. I've got a good old dusting of snow, so quite chilly. Not far to go today though, so that's good. Should be down the bottom in about an hour and a half. So just past the other little loch, and I'm getting to this gate. It stopped hailing, sleeting, snowing, and the sun's out, so it'd be nice if it stayed out for another hour or so, and we'll see. Got a big descent in a minute, and here's the path that I'm taking, and I'm just about to start descending, and looking down you can see the Ullapool Road, and there's Loch Broom, and just behind where we can't see is Ullapool, and that's what I've just climbed down. Fairly steep in places, took me a little while, but it was okay. And looking over towards Ullapool, I'm about 5 minutes from the road, and I think I'll try hitching first, and then if I don't have any luck, try a taxi, which I believe is somewhere between 18 and 20 pounds. So this is looking down at Ullapool Main Street, and there's the Calmac ferry that goes to Stornoway, and this is Loch Broad or something, I can't quite remember. Just about see the mountains covered in snow in the distance. It's sunny but chilly here, and the beautiful harbour and the hills in the distance. It's a lovely village, really nice. Pretty quiet, apart from when the ferry docks, and then there's gridlock apparently. So there we are.